Imagine standing in a dense, vibrant forest, where towering trees reach for the sky, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. Beneath your feet, the ground is a mosaic of fallen leaves, moss, and tiny plants, while the air is filled with the songs of birds, the buzzing of insects, and the rustling of unseen animals. This forest is not just a collection of plants and animals, it's an ecosystem, a complex web of life where every organism, from the smallest microbe to the tallest tree, plays a crucial role. Ecosystems are the living communities that sustain life on Earth, each one unique, yet all connected by the intricate relationships between the organisms that inhabit them and the physical environment that surrounds them. An ecosystem is much more than just the sum of its parts. It's a dynamic system where living organisms interact with each other and with the non-living components of their environment, such as the air, water, and soil. These interactions create a delicate balance that allows life to flourish. In this forest, for instance, trees and plants produce oxygen through photosynthesis, a process that not only sustains them but also provides the air we breathe. The trees offer shelter and food for countless species of animals, from the insects that dwell in the bark to the birds that nest in the branches and the mammals that roam the forest floor. Meanwhile, decomposers like fungi and bacteria break down dead plant material, recycling nutrients back into the soil, which in turn nourishes the trees and plants. This continuous cycle of energy and nutrients is the heartbeat of the ecosystem, ensuring its survival and stability. But ecosystems are not limited to forests. They can be found in every corner of the Earth, from the depths of the oceans to the highest mountain peaks, from the arid deserts to the frozen tundra. Each ecosystem is shaped by the unique combination of physical conditions and the living organisms that have adapted to thrive within those conditions. Take a coral reef, for example. Beneath the warm, clear waters of the tropics, coral reefs are bustling cities of life. The corals themselves, tiny animals known as polyps, build massive structures from calcium carbonate, creating a complex habitat that supports a dazzling array of marine life. Fish of every color and shape dart among the coral branches, while sponges, sea anemones, and other invertebrates cling to the reef's surface. Algae grow on the coral, providing food for herbivorous fish, which in turn are preyed upon by larger predators. The reef is a delicate dance of life, where every species depends on others for survival, and where even small changes can have far-reaching effects. Ecosystems are incredibly diverse, and this diversity is what makes them resilient. In a rainforest, for example, there are thousands of different species of plants, animals, fungi, and microbes, all coexisting in a dense, multi-layered environment. This biodiversity ensures that the ecosystem can withstand disturbances, such as storms, fires, or disease outbreaks. If one species is affected, others can step in to fill its role, maintaining the balance and functionality of the ecosystem. This is why biodiversity is often referred to as the foundation of ecosystem health. The more diverse an ecosystem is, the more resilient it is to change. However, ecosystems are not static. They are constantly evolving and adapting to changes in the environment. Over time, ecosystems can undergo significant transformations, often in response to natural events like volcanic eruptions, glaciations, or climate shifts. A classic example of this is ecological succession, a process where an ecosystem gradually changes over time. Imagine a volcanic island that has just emerged from the sea. At first, it's a barren landscape of rock and ash, seemingly devoid of life. But over time, seeds carried by the wind or by birds begin to take root in the cracks of the rocks. Mosses and lichens are the pioneers, followed by grasses and shrubs. As the soil builds up, trees start to grow, and eventually, a forest may cover the island. This succession process shows how ecosystems can develop from nothing, with life gradually colonizing and transforming the environment. Human beings are an integral part of many ecosystems, and our actions can have profound effects on them. Throughout history, humans have modified ecosystems to suit our needs, whether through agriculture, urbanization, or industrialization. In some cases, These changes have led to the creation of new ecosystems, such as farmland or urban parks. However, human activities have also caused significant disruptions to natural ecosystems. Deforestation, pollution, climate change, and overfishing are just a few examples of how we have altered ecosystems on a global scale. These changes can have cascading effects, leading to the loss of biodiversity, the degradation of ecosystem services, and the destabilization of natural processes. Ecosystem services are the benefits that humans derive from ecosystems, and they are vital to our survival and well-being. These services can be divided into four main categories: provisioning, regulating, supporting, and cultural. Provisioning services are the products we obtain from ecosystems, such as food, water, timber, and medicinal plants. Regulating services are the benefits we receive from the regulation of ecosystem processes, such as climate regulation, water purification, and pollination. Supporting services are the natural processes that maintain the conditions for life on Earth, including nutrient cycling, soil formation, and photosynthesis. Cultural services are the non-material benefits we gain from ecosystems, such as recreation, spiritual enrichment, and aesthetic enjoyment. Consider a river ecosystem. The river provides clean water for drinking and irrigation. A provisioning service helps to regulate the local climate. A regulating service supports a rich diversity of plants and animals. A supporting service and offers recreational opportunities for fishing, boating, and hiking. A cultural service. When the health of this river ecosystem is maintained, it continues to provide these essential services. But if the river is polluted or dammed, the ecosystem is disrupted, and these services can be lost or diminished. One of the most pressing challenges facing ecosystems today is climate change. As global temperatures rise, ecosystems around the world are being affected in ways that are difficult to predict. Some ecosystems are particularly vulnerable, such as coral reefs, which are highly sensitive to changes in water temperature and acidity. Coral bleaching, a phenomenon where corals expel the algae that live in their tissues, causing them to turn white and eventually die, is a stark example of how climate change can devastate ecosystems. The loss of coral reefs has cascading effects on the entire marine ecosystem, leading to the decline of fish populations and the loss of habitat for countless species. In the Arctic, warming temperatures are melting sea ice, which not only threatens the survival of polar bears and other ice-dependent species, but also alters the entire Arctic ecosystem. As the ice retreats, it changes the distribution of algae and plankton, which form the base of the food web. This, in turn, affects fish, birds, and marine mammals, disrupting the intricate balance of life in this fragile environment. But climate change is not the only threat to ecosystems. Habitat destruction, pollution, invasive species, and overexploitation of resources are all contributing to the decline of ecosystems worldwide. Forests are being cleared for agriculture and urban development, wetlands are being drained, and rivers are being dammed, all leading to the loss of biodiversity and the degradation of ecosystem services. Invasive species, introduced by humans either intentionally or accidentally, can outcompete native species, leading to shifts in ecosystem dynamics. For example, the introduction of the brown tree snake to Guam has led to the decline of native bird populations, altering the island's ecosystem in profound ways. Despite these challenges, there is hope. Conservation efforts around the world are working to protect and restore ecosystems. Protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife reserves, provide safe havens for biodiversity and help to preserve ecosystem services. Restoration projects are also underway to rehabilitate degraded ecosystems, such as reforestation efforts that aim to bring back forests that have been lost to logging or agriculture. These efforts are crucial for maintaining the health and resilience of ecosystems in the face of environmental change. One of the most promising approaches to ecosystem conservation is the concept of ecological restoration, which seeks to return ecosystems to their natural state, or as close to it as possible. This involves not just planting trees or removing invasive species, but also restoring the natural processes that sustain ecosystems, such as fire regimes, water flow, and nutrient cycling. Ecological restoration can be a powerful tool for reversing the damage caused by human activities and helping ecosystems recover their health and function. In addition to restoration, there is a growing recognition of the importance of working with nature, rather than against it. This approach, known as nature-based solutions, involves using natural processes to address environmental challenges. For example, restoring wetlands can help to absorb floodwaters, reducing the risk of flooding in nearby communities. Planting trees can help to sequester carbon, mitigating the effects of climate change. Protecting coral reefs can enhance coastal resilience, reducing the impact of storms and erosion. These nature-based solutions not only benefit ecosystems but also provide tangible benefits for human societies. Education and awareness are also key to protecting ecosystems. By understanding the importance of ecosystems and the threats they face, people can make informed decisions about how to reduce their impact on the environment. This can involve simple actions, such as reducing waste, conserving water, and supporting sustainable practices, as well as advocating for policies that protect ecosystems and promote conservation. Ultimately, ecosystems are the foundation of life on Earth. They provide the resources and services that sustain us, and they are home to an incredible diversity of life. Each ecosystem is a unique and complex system, shaped by the interactions between living organisms and their environment. Whether it's a tropical rainforest, a coral reef, a desert, or a tundra, every ecosystem plays a vital role in the global web of life. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, from climate change to biodiversity loss, it is more important than ever to protect and preserve the ecosystems that sustain us. By working together to conserve and restore ecosystems, we can ensure that the natural world continues to thrive, providing for future generations and maintaining the delicate balance that allows life on Earth to flourish. The story of ecosystems is a story of connection, interdependence, and resilience, a story that reminds us of the profound and intricate ways in which all life is linked, and the responsibility we share to protect the natural world that sustains us all.